What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Bring the Thunder podcast. I'm here with Thunder Talk, aka Sat here, and Thunder Fan Zone, aka Landon. Heartbreak tonight in Denver. Thunder lose game three in Denver in overtime, 113 to 104. The game was much closer than what the score shows, but just a pretty disgusting ending to what was looking like a pretty decent game, a hard fought road win, which is what I was planning on talking about tonight. But they kind of crumbled at the end. Um, I'll start off with some stats real quick on our side. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, 32 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists on over 50% from the field, three threes, 7 of 8 from the line. I mean, what a game from J-Dub. On the road in Denver, come out and score 32, should win that game. Chet, 18 and 16, but I believe like 15 of his points were in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Hartenstein, 10 and 10, played pretty well, solid defense. The main guy that I haven't mentioned yet is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 18 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 of 22, 1 from 6 from 3. And yeah, then there was the rest. Absolutely brutal loss. And I'm out of words, really. I guess I could start with the end. OKC had about 4 or 5 chances to close this game out in the fourth quarter, and they chucked up threes, and they were not hitting threes at all tonight. They went 9 of 35, 9 of 35. They went tonight. So if you're not shooting well and your game plan in the last 3 minutes is to shoot a three every time you get the ball, you're not going to win. You're also not going to win when your star player goes 7 of 22 in a road game and goes maybe 0 for 5 down the stretch with 2 missed threes down the stretch, settling for jumpers, foul baiting, trying to get to the free throw line when it clearly isn't the right opportunity. Brutal loss. Brutal loss. I'm out of words.
I can't do another PJ Washington again, but Aaron Gordon really wants to sign up for that role. He hit the game-winning shot in game one, and now he wants to hit the shot to send the game to overtime. It's really breaking my heart to have another villain type of player playing against us in the playoffs. I don't think my heart can take it anymore.
Yeah, 22, 8, and 5 for Aaron Gordon, 4 for 6 from 3. Yep. 7 11 from the field. Great game from him with a plus 15. Actually led the team in plus minus. We held Jokic to 20, 16, and 6, but he was 8 of 25. He literally went 0 for 10 from 3, and we lost this game. Jamal Murray, 9 of 19, but he was their closer, 27 points. Really did damage in the overtime and towards the end of the fourth quarter. Here's my problem with this team right now. We don't have a closer. We don't have a closer. It's disgusting me to say this out loud, but we don't have a closer. I thought Shai was the guy. I've seen it too many times in this playoffs already. He's not the closer. He can play good throughout the game. He's not going to finish games for us. He gets tired. He settles. He shoots threes. He passes the ball off to Hartenstein 8 times on the block. He's not the closer I thought he was as of right now in his career. And we're not going to turn to. Well, we did, but we can't really turn to J-Dub yet to close games out for us. He hasn't shown that he's a closer yet, even though he had such a great game today, such a great game in game 2. It's got to be in Shai's hands. And the fact of the matter is, he can't get it done. He can't get it done right now for us. And if he's not playing well, and they can't close out the last 3 minutes, we have no chance in this series. No chance.
It's just the refs hadn't been calling the slap fouls all game for Shai, and then when it gets down to it, crunch time, Shai wants to go to the. I mean, I'm not going to call it foul baiting, but he wants to try to draw a foul on the Nuggets defense, and it doesn't go his way. The refs aren't calling that, and the refs aren't calling stuff like that late in the playoffs. He should have tried to fade and get a normal shot rather than looking for the foul.
And I totally agree. And another thing that I'm going to mention, I'm pretty sure Sapier is about to go off right after I say this. It was looking real good. I mean, the rotation was looking amazing. Jalen Williams in the first half was outstanding on Jokic. Hit a three, and I believe like a layup. Was looking real good on the defense side of the ball. Aaron Wiggins, 7 points in the first half in like a 6 minute stretch, maybe an 8 minute stretch, and then finishes the game with 13 minutes. We said it at halftime in our group chat jokingly, and they fucking did it again. Mark Dagnall did it again with Aaron Wiggins. It's terrible. It's terrible what he does to this guy. I mean, he balls out every time he comes in the game. Every time he's in the game, he's balling out and we're winning the game. And then they just shut him down the rest of the damn game. It makes no sense. J. Will, outstanding defense, making threes, and they shut him down for the rest of the game. Oh my God. Isaiah Joe had 3 minutes tonight, and they were playing zone the whole first half. Chet Holmgren didn't start the overtime for us, and the first play, Jokic goes right to the rim. Lou Dort and Alex Caruso are on the floor at the same damn time. Lou's not guarding a damn thing. He can't shoot a three better than Sadmir.
Hey, completely true.
Choose one. This coach sucks. We don't have a closer, and we're not winning this series.
I'm gonna take a shift away from that. I'm way more calm than I was in game one. I absolutely melted down after that game one loss. This one doesn't feel as bad for me personally the way I watched it. This one felt way more fixable. This wasn't like a fluke loss in my opinion. Like they outplayed us. They made their shots. We missed our shots. That's kind of how I look at this. But I do feel like we lost in some of the margins. Like you mentioned, Wiggins needs to get more minutes. Isaiah Joe needs to be utilized properly. There is no situation in the starting of the fourth quarter, Shai and Chet and J-Dub should not get subbed in the fourth. I don't care if you have to play them half of the third or switch around the minutes or screw the regular season lineup rotation, whatever you had. This is the playoffs. You don't rest guys in a close game. You cannot afford to rest Chet for one possession in an overtime game. That led to 2 possessions in which they got easy shots on the other end. Jamal Murray gets to the rim way easier when Chet's out. Jokic can just go at Hartenstein because he can't guard him one-on-one. We need at least 2 bigs on the floor. If you're going to take out Chet, put J. Will in. Seriously, J. Will can shoot. He can guard the paint. Like, you can't have Caruso and Dort. The other thing I'll say is if Hartenstein's on the floor with Chet Holmgren, in the closing minutes, Hartenstein has to run every single pick and roll situation. No one else should be running pick and roll with Shai. The person that should be running pick and roll is the guy that can't shoot threes, which is Hartenstein. And if Hartenstein's on the floor, the other thing I'll mention is you need to have an extra shooter, such as Cason or Wiggins on the floor. You cannot have Lou Dort on the floor. You need someone else that has a little bit more offensive spacing, because the way they're spacing for Shai, like we can say Shai wasn't hitting his shots all night, blah, blah, blah. But the lineup that he had out there was similar to like what Giannis has to deal with on the Bucks. There's no spacing. It's like having Bobby Portis and praying that he's going to hit his threes. Like, good luck with that. That's how I think about it, at least. So those were the couple key points. Was you can't sub Chet out whatsoever. Like, if you don't want to start him in the fourth, cool. I'll at least give him that like 2 minutes of rest. But from the 10-minute mark, Chet, Shai, and J-Dub, no subs. No, I don't care what situation. I don't care if they're huffing and puffing. This is the playoffs. You got to work through it, get through it. And I feel like that was a key mistake. When Chet went out in the fourth, we lost those minutes. When Chet went out in overtime, we lost those minutes. Because he's a top-rated defensive center in the league. No one else can provide the spacing. No one else can provide the shot blocking. He is known for those 2 things. He's a top 5 rated center in both of those categories. Objectively, he's an all-star level center. The number 2 overall pick is on the bench. I'd understand even if J-Dub was on the bench. Yeah, he has a great night, whatever, tonight. I'm just saying, in general, in my mind, Chet should never see the bench in close game situations. He's way too crucial for our team. I feel like he's the second most crucial player alongside Shai. He's the second best player in my opinion. I've been saying that pretty consistently for the spacing, for the defense. That needs to get shored up. But overall, I feel like the positive I'll take from this is we have redemption here on Sunday, and we can bounce back from this and split still and retake home court. I still have faith in the team because this doesn't feel like, oh, we gave this win away or anything like that. That's not how I feel. I'm not mad or upset. Like, we just lost the game. They need to relook at the film. You can't have Hartenstein and Dort on the court at the same time, and making a couple adjustments, like playing Wiggins a little bit more to start the first and second quarters. Wiggins should see a lot of minutes so that we can get an influx of offense. So those are the minutes that J-Dub and Shai should be resting when those guys are, the bench unit is on the court. You don't rest Shai, J-Dub, or Chet later on. You rest them early. That needs to get fixed.
You don't rest them in the fourth quarter. You certainly don't rest them to start overtime. What the hell is that? And you're saying, Sapir, that you took a step back and this is fixable. You're looking at
this is
fixable. I don't believe it's fixable when the coach makes the same damn mistakes, not throughout the game, in clutch time. It's not fixable when your star in clutch time in the playoffs, not the regular season, in the playoffs, can't make a shot for his life. It's not fixable. And yeah, sure, we can blow this team out by 40 and coach will look good and everybody will look good because he doesn't have to make great adjustments when he's winning by 40 the whole game. And Shai shoots 13 shots the other night, makes 11 of them. Great. But when it comes down to clutch time, road game, playoff games, they can't fix it. They can't fix it.
But what I'm saying is
they make the same damn mistake over and over and over.
Yeah. What I'm saying is Shai can improve his game. Like I'm not gonna crush him over this loss here. Like, truthfully, we know he can play better. He didn't play his best. Cool. It happens. Jokic had a bad game. The narrative can be flipped if we won this game against Jokic versus Shai, right? We lost. Cool. That's why I'm not reacting the same way I reacted in game one. Game one, we handed them on a platter that game. This one was like, okay, we just lost. We lost.
I think we handed it to them on a platter as well this game. We had the ball with 3 minutes left coming out of a timeout.
They wanted to hand it to us, but we didn't execute what they were giving us. So.
Very, very well said.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We didn't execute. Like, that's where it's different than handing on a platter, right? Non-execution, I'll live with non-execution. The other stuff that happened, that's giving away a game. That objectively.
All right, but I don't even think they weren't executing. I think they're a bit moronic. We had I was just about to say, we had the ball coming out of a timeout with 3 minutes left in the game in a tie game. We shot 4 straight 3-pointers over a minute and a half, 2 minute span. No twos, 4 straight threes on a night where we couldn't hit water if we fell out of a boat.
Can I respond to that?
I'm just going to ask a question. Is that poor execution or is that just dumbass basketball? Because I think it's dumbass basketball.
I'll say this. I disagree. I feel like that was the reason. If you rewatch the film once, tomorrow hits, rewatch that time. I noticed Shai had to pull up for a lot of threes because there was no space for him in the mid-range. They build the wall. It's the same zone that was run against him. I'm trying to remember what team. It may have been the Bucks, but there's another team that ran a very similar.
Minnesota.
May have been Minnesota. There was some team that ran a zone where they don't let him near the 3-point line. They have 3 players covering all 3 parts of his favorite spaces on the floor, and they just say, here, take a step back 3. That only happens when you have lack of spacing on the floor, and obviously Chet's not on the floor. So I thought that's what really contributed to the consistent him coming up and being like, okay, there's no spacing for me. I'm just going to pull up for this 3. I'm a pretty decent 3-point shooter this year, and I'll live with it. That's what I really felt like was happening in those minutes. So that is non-execution due to the poor lineup that was out there.
Here's my rebuttal to that is the timeout was taken at 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
It was.
3-point shot was taken at 3 minutes and 9 seconds. He shot it 9 seconds into the play. That's rushed. That's a force.
It's rushed because he knows he's not getting anything else.
He's got 4 other guys on the court with him. He's got a guy who's scoring at an unbelievable pace. And J-Dub, pass it up. You can't hit a 3 tonight. Pass the damn ball
I know,
up.
but you can only pass it up so many times. I think up until then, J-Dub had hit a couple and then he had missed. And so it was like they kind of played my turn, your turn. And to be honest, I don't care if Shai's going 5 for 25 or something. He's going to take those shots in the fourth quarter, whether you like it or I like it or not. Like, he thinks of himself that way. He's going to close games. He's going to have to take those shots. And that's the only way you really gain that experience is trying to, take those shots. This is only our second run. We've got time. So that's why I'm not that worried about this game. I'm really not. We just need to split next game.
I actually disagree. I think J-Dub should have been the nucleus in the fourth quarter for the Thunder, because some of being valuable is realizing it's not your night and putting the game in someone else's hands, and that should have been J-Dub in the fourth quarter. You can argue with me about it, but this should have been J-Dub's game in overtime for sure.
I felt like he did get a couple opportunities, and then we could have said, Shai could have passed it up even more, but
no. The thing is, I don't want him passing the ball up. I'm sick of the chucking up threes 9 seconds into the shot clock with 3 minutes left. Let me read you something if this changes your mind. This is the last 3 minutes. 3 minutes of the game from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. All the shots taken. 3:09 misses 3-point shot. 2:33 misses 3-point step back shot. Hasn't shot the ball. 37 seconds.
A lot of them smothered. A lot of them smothered too. I just don't understand the mindset. You're one of the best player. You probably are the best player in the league at finishing in the rim, and you feel the need to shoot threes when it gets to the playoffs.
I'll have to go back, but I vividly remember on those 3-point shots who was on the floor, and my point still stands about. There's a clear playbook of we're not going to let Shai shoot from his comfortable spots on the front side of the free throw line, and we're going to let him take the 3-pointers. And if there's not proper spacing, which there was not, I remember Hartenstein's on like the baseline, Chet's on one side, and we have J-Dub and Dort on the other side. J-Dub's fully smothered. They're leaving Dort wide open. Chet's pretty much covered as well. Hartenstein's been missing on the floaters, and so he's like looking at the situation, and I can't get to the spots that I need to get to because he has certain spots that he want to get to. If you push him past those, he's not hitting on those, and he missed on the shots where they were limiting him from getting to his spots. And when that happens, and that's directly due to the lineup. That's just my opinion.
It's due to the lineup, and you got to credit Denver. I mean, they did have a pretty good defensive game plan.
We've seen
you change your mind one more time. I'm gonna try to change your mind one more time about this guy. He didn't shoot a field goal attempt in the overtime period. Not one. He didn't shoot the ball once.
Yeah.
Not once.
He slipped on one.
That's the MVP. He slipped towards the end.
Yeah. He slipped on one at the end. He was going to go for it.
That's the MVP. That's the guy who's your closer in a road playoff game. That's the guy who's going to bring you to the championship. A guy who doesn't shoot a field goal in overtime.
Well, some of the problem was all because of all those junk threes in the first 4 quarters of the game. In overtime, they just packed the paint. They were daring us to shoot threes. They wanted us to shoot threes in overtime. They knew we weren't hitting them all game.
Caruso and Dort in the same damn lineup.
But then when we finally decided to stop shooting threes, it was too late. It's too late for that.
Yeah, I felt like that was one of the demises, and against this type of lineup, I don't think Dort, or in this series in general, Dort's really not necessary because the player guarding Dort is Aaron Gordon, and he's much bigger than him. So when he does close out, he's closing out really well on the 3. And then when Dort does go to drive, he's not making a shot on Aaron Gordon because he's not really a known driver of the basketball. So he's not a playmaker, not a 3-point shooter, not a defender that we need. He's pretty much Russell Westbrook.
obsolete. He's obsolete because I said this, we were talking during the game. Lou Dort is so valuable when the opponent's best player is a forward or a guard.
Exactly.
He can guard Jokic, and that's what he's really best for.
And he's not really needed to
one.
guard Murray, to be honest, because we're doing fine enough with the other defenders that we have on the court.
Yeah,
so I feel like his minutes should be a lot less. And I think Cason Wallace is the guy that I would have loved to see close out that whole fourth quarter. He would have provided the proper spacing and defense that we need. He's the proper player. And we started with him. And then when I saw the substitution happen, I was like, I hope Dort's not coming in with Shai here because that's probably not the right choice. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as Cason got out, the spacing went down because at least if Cason's on the court, they can't go away from him. With Dort, they're fully letting him just –
And if they want to, Cason's going to knock it down at a 40% rate. So, I mean, if he's on, we've seen him on, and he could shoot the hell out of the ball when he's on.
Yeah, that's the guy I trust in those minutes because he provides the same level of defense, like a step down from Dort, but he can still provide the spacing. And he's a guy that can get to the rim, get to the basket, and he can drive. He's a known finisher for us. So he provides all the
attacking tonight too.
Yeah, he provides all three things that Dort doesn't. So he's like the perfect replacement guy. I feel like this game would have been so much more different. We would have won in the fourth quarter, in my opinion, if we just had Cason out there instead of Dort. And the other lineup change that I'd really like to see is we don't really need the double big because I believe Caruso can do a good enough job on Aaron Gordon instead of Hartenstein because Caruso can still space the floor better than Hartenstein, still have Chet on the floor, and he's good enough to help on Joker because he's versatile enough to step into the paint and still guard on that end too. So the two changes that I like to see if we're doing a closing lineup, Caruso and Wallace instead of Hartenstein and Dort, because you need the spacing for Shai. You need the spacing. If they had that proper spacing with those two guys, I'm promising you, one-on-one isolation, he's cooking. He's being defended by three freaking players. He's being soft guarded by at least two different players. He's not able to go to either side. That's why he's only taking step back threes. I promise you. You can look at the film. Proper spacing for Shai, we win this game. That's why I'm not worried.
There's another thing about the rotations. The last thing about the rotations that I want to point out. There was a 5-minute time frame where Jokic and Aaron Gordon were on the court, and neither Chet or Hartenstein were in the game. Speechless. Absolutely speechless. So now, instead of going up 2-1 and putting the pressure all on Denver, the pressure's all on OKC because it's a must-win Game 4 in Denver. And we find us in the same damn situation we were in last year's second round. We were in Game 4 on the road in Dallas.
We go down 3-1. Sorry, I can't see us beating this team 3 times in a row. I just can't picture a world where we do. I'm sorry. I just can't see it.
No. And luckily last year,
I still have pretty good faith down 3-1.
I don't even want to talk about down 3-1. Last year we were lucky enough to win Game 4 and take it back to home. Obviously, we didn't get it done. What do we have to see? Like Shai went crazy in Game 4 last year. Cason Wallace went crazy in Game 4 last year. I need to see them step it up again and just get it done because I'm telling you what, if this team doesn't go out there and win Game 4, there's going to be massive changes. It might not be the coach. It could be the coach. We could see a superstar like Kevin Durant or Giannis come into factor. Because I'll tell you what, if they don't get it done against this Denver team, they're not even close to being a contender. Not even close.
Yeah, I don't think this Denver team is a finals winning team. I don't think they have the depth to win the finals.
No, they don't. They're not. Dude, they've played awful in 2 of these games. 3. They really didn't play good in 3 straight games, and they're still winning. And then another thing, Sapir, is you took it as, well, we could say that we could have said the same thing to Jokic if they were to lose. Problem is, we lost when Jokic had that game. We still lost.
Yeah, but I feel like it's still the same. My argument still stands that if we had won this game, their fans would be saying the same thing about Jokic. They'd still be pissed at him.
Absolutely, but we didn't.
Yeah. I know, I understand,
And
but I'm just saying, like, that's just how it goes down sometimes. Like when you don't execute and you get out executed in an overtime, like even in the fourth quarter, we got out executed. We didn't hit our shots. The big guys that we needed to hit shots in those crucial moments didn't for whatever
Shai.
reason. Yeah, mainly Shai. That's what happens.
We put up 2 points in 5 minutes in overtime.
Yeah, I know.
5 minutes. Shai didn't shoot a damn shot. I'm disgusted, and I'm gonna say it right now. I have no faith. If they pull it out of their ass on game 4, you could shut me up all on the podcast. You could all roast the hell out of me. I have no faith. There's no closer. The thing is, not every game is going to be a blowout, right? So you need to have some sort of, okay, I could give it to this guy in this situation. He's going to go get a bucket. Seems like we don't have that. Seems like we don't.
Yeah. We just have to be better at end of games, like OKC.
OKC Cake Lady is 1,000% correct.
Yeah, just got to be better and abandon what we normally do. And I feel like there were some things that we did abandon, and I think they just need to relook at this film. This is a learning moment more than it is like a big shocker. Oh, like the way we lost or anything. Like it's just a typical playoff, back and forth type of game. These things happen, and that's kind of what I'm taking out of it. I'm still going to stick with the adjustments. The one thing I wanted to end off with, since I've already mentioned the lineups, Mark Dagnall, man. I don't know what it is. As soon as we're in a close game and every time a challenge is blown, it gives me PTSD to game 1. Every single time he challenges and misses the call, I have flashbacks to game 1. Because it's like, okay, close game, missed challenge, blown game. Close game, missed challenge, blown game. Like, the more you do a cycle, the more it's going to sit with your players that, hey, every time we blow a challenge, it's a close game. They start tightening up, right? Because if I'm having flashbacks, I know those guys are having flashbacks. And that's not what you want in a close game situation. Like, you need to win those challenges. You need to lose that challenge.
A basketball 101 challenge, too. Anytime the defender has the back turned to the offensive player, it's going to be a foul. That's not getting overturned.
I mean, yeah. Just open your eyes, dude. He completely fouled him. We all texted at the same time. Wait, that's a foul, right? What is he doing?
I thought No, just based off what I watched, I thought, okay, sometimes Mark sees some stuff that we don't see just because we don't get the same like angles as him, and we can't see the video board in the arena. But I was like, I don't see anything that he could see that we're not seeing. I was really confused when he challenged that.
Yeah. Listen, everything we're saying is pointing to in late games, in clutch time, we don't have a coach that is completely all there. We don't have a superstar that closes games, and we get away from what we do the whole game. And they waste possessions. This team wastes so many possessions, not just by shooting threes, because if we're on, I could get shooting the threes, but forcing the threes, forcing the 3-on-1 fast breaks, forcing the backdoor cut pass that Hartenstein does so great, but sometimes he just forces it right in there. I mean, they waste so many possessions, and they don't waste any time doing it. They get right to giving the ball back to Denver. So that's how you lose games. That's how you give Aaron Gordon the opportunity to hit a game-tying 3 to go into overtime. It shouldn't even have been like that. It shouldn't even have been there. But we just waste possessions.
I'll actually agree with the wasted possessions. We definitely do, and we have. The more I'm thinking about it, honestly, in the last 4 minutes of games, maybe even 5 minutes a game, there's no need for Hartenstein on the floor. Truthfully, if he can't defend Jokic and he's not providing 3-point shooting and spacing and he can't hit his floater, same thing as Lou Dort as an argument. I don't think there's much use for him, especially like last 2 minutes of the game, closing minutes. If we need spacing, it's a tied game or anything like that. I'd rather see Caruso in the corner than I would Hartenstein on the baseline because he's not providing anything unless he's doing a pick and roll. That's just my opinion.
You want to see something that really put the icing on the cake for me tonight? I'm going to put it on the screen. This right here almost broke my whole house. It almost broke the TV. It almost broke a hole in the wall. This right here. I don't know if they're going to be able to see it. This right here, walking off the court after not shooting a shot in overtime, smiling your ass off, you're a bum. You're a bum. And you can't win like that. Screw that guy until he proves me otherwise. I'm done. I'm done. I am so sick of him. He smiles every time we lose. Every time. And it's his fault we lost the damn game. Screw him. I'm done with him.
That's a little far, but
It's not far.
like
He
to be
smiled in both losses. Both losses. He was smiling on the bench in game 1, and you walk off overtime smiling your ass off when you go 0 for 8 in the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter and then don't shoot a shot in overtime? Go ahead. That's still funny. Smile.
I can't pull a screw him because we aren't here without him, but you got to be pissed after a loss like that. Like pissed. Like we should be ready to run through a wall and it should be a war to us, but
it's not.
I'll say something about the smiling, and this is going to directly correlate with fans talking about Jay Dumbo on Twitter as well about his antics in the post-game pressers, whatever. What you do in the 4 corners of the court, on the court, and the type of player you are on the court, this is just my opinion, is completely different than soon as the game ends, the buzzer's done, and who they are as like personalities. The personality of Shai, we've clearly seen like he's going to smile after games. So we can keep, making that argument, or if we want him to be portrayed as other players that we really enjoy watching, not going to happen. He's not going to change his personality no matter what we say on this podcast or anyone says about him. Same thing with J-Dub. If you think J-Dub's going to change how he conducts himself personality-wise when the game ends, not going to change. So both of those...
J-Dub looked pissed. J-Dub looked fucking pissed.
Yeah, you can look
Chet
pissed.
Looked pissed. Hartenstein looked pissed. Caruso was pissed. But my star smiling his ass off.
It doesn't matter what type of personality you have. Anyone could get pissed. You just lost game 3. You just lost game 3 of the playoffs.
Everyone doesn't react to things the same way that you expect them to react. Like an example is like, let's say like there's a nervous situation. Some people put a nervous face on, other people smile. It's just everyone's different in their own way. So that's just what I'll say. So there's no point on getting on any of our players about like their traits off the court because that's not going to impact anything. So
if he doesn't follow up that smile with a 30-point game and a win on when do we even play? 2 days from now? I'm going absolutely in. I'm going crazy. I've already had enough. I've seen it too many times with him smiling in the playoffs and losing games. I've seen enough. I think
you'll just see it like all the time. I don't think it's going to be something that changes for him. Same thing with, like I said, directly correlating.
I mean, I'm not. He can smile his ass off after losses. I'm good on that. I'm good on that if he wants to keep doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you're Dagnall, I'm sorry, but you're coaching for your job. You have some great candidates coming up in this offseason with Taylor Jenkins and Mike Malone. Those aren't guys that are just like scrubs. Those are great coaching candidates. I mean, Mike Malone's won a championship. So
I think, the seat's getting a little bit more warmer after the first game. It definitely did. After this game, that's got to be a warm seat. I don't care if it's a 68-win game season. We should be wrecking this team, in my personal opinion. We should have won.
That makes me care more. That sets a higher bar.
We should have been up 3-0 at this point if we had proper, obviously, execution. But I feel like along with proper execution comes in proper coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Proper coaching can win you small margins in small games. And this was the game. You play Chet in the fourth quarter. You play him in overtime. You win this game. Even if you mess up and keep Dort and Hartenstein on the floor, I don't even care, man. You keep Chet on the floor, you win this game.
I
He
mean, if
didn't
you want
need
to
the
put
minute
it,
and a half of rest in overtime. He didn't need it. He didn't
He
need
didn't
if you
even
want to
need
make it super,
I don't even know. I think he took 3 possessions off in the fourth for no reason. I didn't even understand why he was off. I literally didn't that's when I knew. I knew then. I was like, okay, Chet's off the floor. Something, yeah. We're good.
if you want to really put it into perspective, he's getting out coached by Nikola Jokic. I mean,
Literally, yeah, that too. That's the problem. That's the other problem. That's why the seat's so warm is we have a head coach on the other side this is like his 5th game or 6th game. It's unprecedented. Unprecedented to be outcoached like this.
If Dagnall continues to get out coached and we do lose this series, he's got to go. I mean, he's going to lose this series to David Adelman.
the candidates
Nuggets
coming up are
intern
just
head
too
coach.
good.
He's got to go. We've been on him. If you lose
We've been
this
on him all
series-
season.
If you lose this series to this guy, my damn phone won't. If you lose the series to this guy right here, you're out. You're out. You're out.
We've been on him about the lack of Wiggins minutes. We've been on him about the crazy lineups. Like you just can't do that. You can't have Shai on the bench to start the fourth quarter. You have a tied game. Like I'm so confused. Why does your superstar need rest in that moment? Rest him when the game's done. I don't know, man. That's just rest him in the second quarter. Whatever. I don't care. Not in clutch time.
Yeah. But anyway, again, OKC drops game 3, a pivotal game 3 in Denver. A real important game in Denver. And they dropped it 113-104 in overtime after Aaron Gordon, of course, couldn't have guessed it. Drills a 3 to push it to overtime. And then Shai disappears for 5 minutes. That's really all I got. I'm sick. I'm not babying them no more. It's time to step it up. Game 4. Someone help me out here. Time is game 4 on what day here?
It's on Sunday.
May 11th. So Sunday at 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Day game. You don't win that one, you're done. There's gonna be a whole lot of changes. Disappointing night, but unless you guys got anything else to say.
I don't know, man. I still believe in this team. I feel like next game we can definitely win it. It's just small things that we have to change up. I also want to mention, how many minutes did Will play this game after having awesome minutes in the previous game?
I think it was like 13, 14, something like that. And like maybe 8, 9 of them came in the first half. Same thing with Wiggins.
Yeah, I'm going to go and look. So like Will and Wiggins are in Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace having 20 minutes is actually atrocious.
He played 14 minutes, Will, after what, 8 in the first half.
But the way the minutes are always distributed is like they just don't get enough for a long enough span to even build the type of momentum that you need. And honestly, I really wouldn't mind cutting Lou Dort's minutes down to like the 20s, like low 20s. Like he should not be seeing more than 25 minutes on the court maximum. And that's only
you gotta make the right decision, and you can't shy away from it.
Yeah, the one thing I did
push the egos aside. I know he's a starter. Sorry, Sapir. It's not his series.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's a matchup thing. I love Lou Dort. He's been fantastic all regular season. This is not even against Lou Dort. He's a DPOY level guy defensively. He's great against perimeter guards. We don't really need him. There's not, outside of Jamal, what other perimeter guard is he needing to guard? Like Christian Brown or Peyton Watson or something? Like, we don't need him out there. Russell Westbrook, like, we're good. We don't need an additional set of guard defenders out there right now. We're fine on guard defenders.
Watson brought it tonight. They're just old. I mean, 1 through, what is it? Probably 9 for them. They all brought it tonight.
Yeah. But that would be the one adjustment that I'd love to short minutes for the spacing, especially like I don't mind him playing all the way up until like the fourth. Give him his 25 minutes up until the fourth. Then Cason, Shai, Chet, J-Dub.
Or I guess it was 8 for them tonight. Their regular 7 plus Zeke Najee.
Yeah. I would say that's their regular lineup. But seeing that one adjustment, I love the fact that Chet got 40 minutes, but guess what? He should have had 45. He should have had 48 at that rate. Like, rest him in the first, rest him in the second quarters. We have J. Will for a reason. Like, it's okay. Fourth quarter.
He wasn't even tired. He was the only guy with energy in the overtime, and they sat him for the first minute and a half.
No, because I mean, you can't foreshadow that overtime's coming. Just play him. It's a pivotal game. If he's not tired, play him.
Play him.
Landon, you're completely right there. You're 1,000% right there. It's like you're resting him too much throughout the game because you can't foreshadow that there will be overtime. And it's 5 minutes. You don't rest somebody for the last 5 minutes of a game, right?
These are professional athletes.
Yeah.
Like
Knicks starters don't have a problem with playing 45 minutes every game. So just saying.
Yeah, I'd love to see a little bit additional Wiggins minutes next game. I think that would really help out the offense just in general, get it going.
Do we even keep calling for that? Because we do it every episode. Every episode we say the same damn thing.
If there's a reporter watching this, can you please grill Mark Dagnall on his lack of Wiggins minutes? Please. Like, we beg. We beg.
I don't want to say it though, but Aaron Wiggins shouldn't be the guy we're relying on in the playoff. The guys we should be relying on are Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Jalen Williams.
It's not about reliance, but it is about proper game management throughout the game. That's not what it's about. Yeah. It's not about, we're relying on him to win us or take us home or anything.
Fair enough.
But we need to be winning quarters.
I was just confirming.
We need to be winning quarters. And direct offense from a guy like that can help out. And it can get
about Aaron Wiggins having the highest plus minus on the team almost every game. I mean, even
it's like every loss he has high plus minus.
He was -1 tonight, and that was our highest plus minus. Every time he's in the game, we go on a run. I mean, even his defense tonight. He had a massive block in the first half.
Massive rebounds.
Massive rebounds. Getting to the rim. Transition. 3-point shooting.
He's not even a slouch on defense. Like, he's a solid defender. He's not like getting blown by or anything. Yeah. Like, he has the length and strength and everything. Like,
he's so bad on defense, he can't guard Christian Braun. Like,
yeah,
hell out of here, bro.
I love Joe, but that's one thing that separates them is Wiggins or Joe doesn't give us the same spark that Wiggins gives us when he's on the floor.
Yeah, Wiggins or Joe for 3 minutes is actually like ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Like I can't even. If Zeke Najee can see 3 minutes, Joe can see at least 13 or something, man.
Who are you taking minutes away from though? That's the thing.
Dort, please.
Dort.
Yeah.
If you're in a zone and you got Caruso and Dort in on the same damn time with Hartenstein, what the hell are you doing? Put your damn shooters in. Put Wiggins and Joe in at the same time.
Literally. It's such an easy adjustment. Hartenstein's on the floor. Joe gets in the game.
Bro, you'll have 12 extra points from those wasted ass threes you were taking with Lou, and I mean Caruso knocks him down tonight. With Shai's bum ass tonight, bro. Like, to put in your shooters against the zone. And one more thing about the zone, what the hell is going on? They got the middle wide the fuck open, and no one's flashing. We're setting high ball screens. We're setting high ball screens. If you hit Hartenstein in the middle, and Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins are on the side. God damn it, bro! It's funny.
No,
the game plan.
We've had the mid range.
We've had the game plan all year. It's just like we're just not executing it right now.
And then it's like the mid range is a lost cause in modern basketball. We think the only shot is a 3 or a layup.
I am sick. Aaron,
I'm not as sick as I was.
Every year I have a damn nightmare player. Dates back to like. Bro, do you guys remember? You know how Dame cooked us in that series? Sapper, I'm talking to you specifically.
Yes.
You remember what Al Farouk Amino did that damn series? And Mo Harkless?
Yes. Yo.
Last year with PJ Washington?
Didn't
with Aaron Gordon?
Like Joe Ingles or something outplay like Paul George or something crazy?
I don't even know who Paul George is, to be honest with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, but Joe Ingles, Derek Favors.
Joe Ingles is
Who
a
else?
big one.
Who else can I date back to here?
Andrew Wiggins used to fry us.
Mo Spates. Jesus Christ, it's like every damn series
Klay
someone
Thompson.
becomes. Yeah, but that's fair though. That's fair
Yeah.
though. Someone becomes Michael Jordan, and it's not a Michael Jordan type player, and our guys go, we're good. We're gonna smile this one off. I'm watching Shai's post game right now. I got the volume off. I'm gonna listen to it later. I might listen to it tomorrow because I can't even look at the guy right now. I can't. Eric Gordon, Daniel House, Ricky Rubio, Jeff Green. But I'm sick of it. If he don't go 7 of 22, we're fine.
Well, Aaron Gordon was already a problem within himself enough, and then you have MPJ tonight not seeing anything but silk, and then
I knew an MPJ game was coming up.
But that's like fine though, because it was an MPJ game with like 18 points. Like that's okay.
not when we're not hitting our. I mean,
still would have won the game if Shai had 2 more field goals in regular time in the first 4 quarters. Instead of shooting those 2 dumbass threes, he just got to the rim. Or
you know what's crazy? Russell Westbrook's not playing this bad the rest of the series. I can promise you that. 8 points. That's the lowest he's gonna have all series long.
Right when the game started, I said, I swear, Russ plays better in OKC. So this was like our chance. This was our chance. He's gonna play down tonight. A lot of their team played down tonight.
I did like sagging off on him in the corner, though. Yeah, if he's not making prove he can make it.
That's just like a known. It's a known strategy, so it's not anything like revolutionary or anything like that.
Yeah, it's known. I'm just glad we did it ourselves.
Yeah.
Man,
this was
it's replaying in my damn head. Seeing Chet close out late on Gordon, and he just whops that bitch. Like it's nothing. Like he does this. He's an 80% 3-point shooter. Not 40. Not 40, 80. Amen. I'm gonna go when we get back on the show in a couple days. I'm gonna have my stats better, but
can we have
everyone gotta be shooting 50% from 3?
Can we have everyone that's on this podcast hit up like Clemente, Brandon Rubar, and a couple of these guys, and can we just all tell them like we need more Wiggins minutes, we need a little less Dort minutes, like we got to influence
on Aaron Gordon when he's shooting the damn ball.
We got to influence Mark a little bit here, man, because clearly he needs a little nudge in the right direction. So
that's
okay. Aaron Gordon,
I'm done. That just pissed me.
I got you.
You're 100% right. That pisses me the hell off.
The fact that we can see it.
There's no way. Damn, I'm not gonna say it. But they're in a bad spot, man. They're in a really bad spot right now.
That's the only thing that gives me.
Hey, Joe, I got you. Aaron Gordon last 3 games against the Thunder, averaging 37 minutes, 18 points, and 60% on the dot from 3.
60. God forbid we put a hand up in time, it maybe drops to 50, but it's still going to be. I feel like I'm spitting facts right now, guys. Someone help me out.
No, in this series, it feels like when the ball comes off his hands, it's going in.
Dude,
it's just him in the net.
He's hitting tween, cross, step back, jump 3. Again.
The one that he
is Aaron Gordon's doing that, and we're in every game, but we can't shoot for shit either. So,
well, the Thunder don't have anyone that's just like that, like someone that literally just like you kind of have to have that guy in the like someone you can. It feels like it's going in every time. We don't have that.
I wish that was Shai, bro. I wish that was Shai. Yo, I'm gonna say some crazy shit if we lose this series. Flash forward, I'm about to be talking about Paul George and shit very shortly.
No, I think we're fine. Shai's still an MVP level player. I think Hartenstein was the right pickup, but he's more of a 1 through 3 quarters type of guy that keeps you in the game, whatever. But We've been saying get rid of the double big. We've been saying provide the right spacing for Shai. We've been saying all the right stuff. It's just whether it happens or not.
We've been saying Jay Will is about a 95% three-point shooter from the top of the key, and he doesn't get the minutes even after
Yeah,
game 2.
those are the
plays
three
so
things
damn
we've
good.
been saying all season, and those are the three things that have lost us 2 games in this series. So
Yeah, you know what? Let me
we're
shut
a
up.
broken record at this point. We're literally a broken record. Like 3 things in a row that we say religiously on this podcast at this point, they just don't get fixed because obviously we don't have any control over it or anything like that. But when it's so obvious, like we're not freaking geniuses. We're not guys watching more films than NBA guys or anything like that. Like it should be pretty obvious.
Sometimes sometimes you just gotta let's end the episode before I start saying some crazy stuff.
All right.
That's just
All right. We appreciate you
not
guys.
great.
Make sure you guys hit the like, comment, and subscribe. And
Story of the night.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the YouTube. We're on X. We're on Instagram. Soon to be on Snapchat. No, I'm joking. We're on everywhere. If you're liking what you're, enjoying having this conversation with us, we enjoy every one of your guys' comments. So keep coming back, and we're gonna stick this one out again. Thunder lose game 3 here, but it is a 7-game series. We do have a chance to hopefully have a little bit of a rebuttal on Sunday, and we will see you guys next time. Appreciate everybody. Thunder up, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.